Welcome everyone to Life Amongst the Ferns. Today we're going to look at how to clean your Coleman lantern. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a microfiber cloth, spray some Windex on it, and start working off the dust. My wife and I have not used this lantern in about a year and a half. We're in my garage right now, which is also an active workshop. So the amount of dust that collects just on things is quite extraordinary. The next thing I'm going to do is depressurize the lantern in case there is any pressure left in it by unscrewing the gas cap. Didn't sound like there's much, so I'll reattach that and make sure it's nice and tight. Annie and I love taking this thing out to our property where we're building our home and just running it, even if it's during the middle of the day, because it brings such a warm light to the space, especially in the Pacific Northwest where our days run a little darker than anywhere else. It's a very nice comfort. It's really cool to have. Okay, next we're going to disassemble the globe by unscrewing the top nut. I'll put that safely to the side over here. Take a look underneath. There's no rust or corrosion, which is real good. I will wipe it down though, get any dust or ash or soot. There is a lot of that which might be sitting in here. Now we'll remove the globe. We're going to try to leave the mantles intact today, but in case you do have to remove them or you damage them during cleaning, it's always good to have a spare on hand, which we have right here. And these things go on pretty simply. Never done this before. You run the threaded string and this green bit up above. There's a little notch right here up above the notch. Tie it off, cut off any excess string, and you're pretty much good to go. We will not be replacing these today. From there, I'm just going to carefully wipe off dust, soot, residue from us using this lantern within the last year. There's really minimal to no rust patches that have to get cleaned off, which is really good. And that's pretty much it for today's maintenance of this Coleman 228 lantern. We could also clean the burner. However, we didn't run this for many hours last year, so I'm not going to clean it during this tutorial. But the next time around, we'll definitely disassemble it entirely, clean the burner, make sure there's no soot, again, or ash building up within it. Now we'll reassemble the globe without damaging anything. Put the cover back on. And reattach that nut. Check to make sure everything's in place. Looks pretty good. And this lantern should be back in business. Okay, the very last thing we're going to do here is fill up the fuel tank for our next use. Now, I'm so good at spilling this stuff all over the place. I try to use this funnel, and sometimes, well, most of the time, the fuel just comes out everywhere. But we'll go nice and slow. We're just using Coleman's camp fuel here. And check the levels real quick. See if it can't take more fuel. Oh, it looks pretty full. I think we're good to go for at least the next couple property visits. I'm gonna put the cap back on. And this guy's good to go. Okay, next we're going to prime the system. In my experience, this takes anywhere from 20 to 45 pushes on the pump. I like to go until it gives me a decent amount of resistance. All right, then we'll close the valve here. So if you run into the problem like I did where your lighter won't actually fit through one of these holes, we're gonna have to take the top off to light this thing. So remove the nut that holds on the top here, put that off to the side, and then very gently and carefully remove the globe. Now from here we can take our lighter Let that flow rate fix itself for a second. There we go. I'll put the globe back on very carefully. And the top. And there we go. A perfectly functioning Coleman lantern. Now isn't that beautiful? Let me turn off the lights here. Every time I see that warm glow, I think about outdoors, camping as a child, my wife and I spending our time at our property, and just, it's so nostalgic. Once again, thanks for coming along with me today as I clean the Coleman lantern. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Until next time.